Hi, friends. This season, our church is learning more about the different gifts that we each have to share and the messages we each need to hear in our own lives. Our adults will be learning more about the Enneagram and how it's a tool that helps us understand ourselves and connect with each other. Our children are still growing and learning who they are and what specific gifts they uniquely share with the world. So we are sharing a classic children's story that focuses on different gifts each week. This week, we are hearing the story of a bunny who wants to show the big bunny in his life how much he loves him. We're grateful for all the gifts you share with the world. God loves you for who you are.
Hi everyone! Today we're going to be reading Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney, illustrated by Anita Jerome. That means Anita drew the pictures for this book and Sam wrote the words. Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. "Guess how much I love you," he said. "Oh, I don't think I could guess that," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "This much," said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. "But I love you this much," he said. That is a lot," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you as high as I can reach," said Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you as high as I can reach," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "That is quite high," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I wish I had arms like that." Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. "I love you all the way up to the top of my toes," he said. "And I love you all the way to the top of your toes," said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. "I love you as high as I can hop," laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down. "But I love you as high as I can hop," smiled Big Nut Brown Hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. "That's good hopping," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I wish I could hop like that." "I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river," cried Little Nut Brown Hare. Well, I love you across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to even think any more. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes out into the big, dark night. Nothing could be further than the sky. I love you right up to the moon, he said as he closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. The end. What a lovely story.